to the Atlantic City Auto Show and Auction this weekend, February 8th, 9th, and the 10th at the Atlantic City Convention Center. And joining me now on the Boardwalk Honda Hotline, talk about one of the vehicles that you can go see there at the Atlantic City Auto Show and Auction this weekend. We got Joe Fuduccia is joining us on the Boardwalk Honda Hotline. He's got an Optimus Prime replica. He got permission from Habstro, actually, to even do this. If you haven't seen the video, it's one of the coolest things you could possibly see at an auto show. If you watched any of the Transformers movies or if you watched Transformers cartoons as a kid, this is going to be a must-see this weekend. Joe, how you doing today?
Very good. I appreciate the time today, Josh. Thank you.
So, Joe, talk to the audience a little bit for a moment. What with the history behind you putting this together? I mean, obviously, this is a serious undertaking anytime you do something like this.
This is a life-changing undertaking. This is something that has really steered our life in a direction we did not see coming. But the base story to this is very simple. This was an impossible dream for me. This was something that was so far-fetched and so out of reach, I might as well have applied to a NASA space program. But I was at a point in my life where I decided to try it, kind of take that leap of faith. And my goal in doing so was to attempt to inspire my son, who was 8 at the time, he's 11 now, to pursue his dreams when he's old enough and not to be afraid when he's ready to take that leap of faith into the unknown.
So why Optimus Prime? Was it specifically that vehicle, or was it just the Transformers in general that was part of your saying that's the vehicle I'm going to pick?
Well, there are a lot of reasons. I mean, A, he's a really cool looking truck. You can't deny that for sure. But B, his morals, his character, everything he represents in the movies and in the cartoons and everything about the character in general, I kind of relate to. I kind of portray myself the same way in real life, or at least try to. So, I look up to him as a character, and I look up to him for support and inspiration and hope. And I like that. And I'm very honored to be in his driver's seat because I try to, do the same thing on a day-to-day basis. But also partially because it is a truck, as in terms of this particular version, it is a truck that no one else in the world has ever done. There's no other Transformers fan in the world who has replicated the truck from Age of Extinction. And that was part of my impossible dream. That was part of my approach of saying, hey, you know what, let's go for the gold and let's try something no one else has ever done. Currently, the only other two that are out there are the ones that are owned by Paramount and Daimler and were actually used in the films. So that was also a big reason why we decided to do this.
So how did this get started? Like, how did you find this truck, and talk about what went into customizing it to get it to where it is now?
This is one of those projects where when we jumped in, we did not have all the answers. And that, again, goes back to what I'm trying to show my son. You may not have all the answers. You may not know what you want to do or how you want to do it, but don't be afraid to start. With this particular build, we chose, like you said in the beginning of the interview, to get legal permission from Hasbro, who are the trademark owners. It was a really cool early Christmas present. They got to us 3 days before Christmas, giving us the legal permission to do this, which was really cool, to the surprise of all of us. We spec'd out a Western Star truck on paper, and it was actually built from the Western Star factory to become Optimus Prime. And then we had a team of about 25 people from all different walks of life who were working on it. You had your chromers, your fabricators, your painters, and we did it all from pictures. We didn't have any blueprints or specs or nothing to work with. All we had were photos and videos of the original truck that was seen, on TV and on the movies. So this was a year-long plus project that continues to, give me some issues from time to time, but it's an ongoing truck, and we had it done in about a year's time from start to finish before we had it back on the road.
And of course, folks can come see the truck this weekend at the Atlantic City Car Show and Auction. The show is this 8th, 9th, and 10th. And of course, people can come take pictures with the vehicle on Saturday and Sunday. Joe, one of the things you mentioned I saw in the video was that you actually had to lower the height a little bit from what is in the movies. Explain that to folks out there, because I think some people don't realize that sometimes when you're making a vehicle that's supposed to match something on a TV show or a movie, that sometimes the specs that you see on the film are really not realistic.
Exactly. I mean, that was a prop truck. That was a movie truck. And since the movies, they have also modified their trucks so that they are street legal. And it was the same case here. I mean, we didn't have the measurements going in, so we didn't really know what the height was or what the diameters of certain things were, or the lengths or measurements were, but we wanted to try to mirror it as close as possible. So we went as high as we can go as far as the top of the stacks, for instance, but we still have to maintain a street legal height before we considered it an oversized truck, and that would be about 13 feet 6 inches high. So there were several modifications we decided to make by choice to this truck when you compare it to the originals, mainly for personalization and to kind of make it our own and bring out the character, but also to keep it street legal and being the height.
Now, you mentioned also that I saw in the video that there has been no engine modification. So is that part of keeping it street legal?
That was just part of trying to keep it simple.
Okay.
This is one of those trucks that had enough going on already. We didn't want to start messing with the engine at the same time. So it's just a stock motor that was installed when the truck was first built by Western Star, and we don't intend to do anything to it. It's one less nightmare to worry about, And
of course, Joe, you will be at the show this weekend. Really quick before I let you go, I appreciate you taking the time here to talk to the audience about this. So just tell the audience a little bit about, getting the vehicle down to Atlantic City and kind of what's involved in that, because I know that you can't go over 65 miles an hour with this truck. So talk a little bit about, what's involved in getting the vehicle to an auto show.
Well, to the surprise of many, we actually do drive this truck. This truck is not put on the back of a trailer. We don't have the means of towing it. We drive it everywhere we go, and I travel all across North America and Canada with this truck. So part of the problem getting here is what I have to do when I get here, which is cleaning it, and that's going to take me pretty much all day to do. But it looks fantastic when he's cleaned up. Coming here into Atlantic City is nice because we try to hit different parts of the country that have never really had an experience like this before. I mentioned earlier there's only the two other trucks that are out there owned by Daimler, used in the movie, but they don't generally make appearances like we do with this. So it's a rare opportunity to see anything Transformers related. And this is actually our only planned appearance here in Atlantic City anywhere in the foreseeable future. We're going to have Bumblebee alongside. We'll have both the Camaro version and the Volkswagen version alongside Optimus keeping guard on them. And yes, people can get up and get photos next to the truck. And I would definitely say, if you're a fan of Transformers, come by and check it out, because you will not probably get this opportunity again for quite some time. It's well worth it. And I can't tell you how many people come and, express appreciation for what we've done and what we are doing with this truck.
Well, Joe, I appreciate you also taking the time to join us on the show. Again, the Atlantic City Auto Auction and Show is this weekend, February 8th, 9th, and 10th in Atlantic City. We gave away tickets already this week for it. I know people are looking forward to seeing the Optimus Prime truck along with all the other vehicles there. Joe, continued success with the truck. And the thing looks absolutely incredible. So congratulations on what you've done, and best of success keeping forward.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody's support, and I appreciate your time today, and I certainly look forward to meeting everybody here in Atlantic City over the weekend.